Congress of the United States, Washington, D.C., April 18, 2018. To the Honorable Jeff Sessions, Attorney General, U.S. Department of Justice, the Honorable Christopher Wray, Director, Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Honorable John Huber, United States Attorney for the District of Utah, the United States Attorney's Office, District of Utah. Dear Attorney General Sessions, Director Wray, and Mr. Huber, we write to refer the following individuals for investigation of potential violations of federal statutes. In doing so, we are especially mindful of the dissimilar degrees of zealousness that has marked the investigations into former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and the presidential campaign of Donald Trump, respectively, because we believe that those in positions of high authority should be treated the same as every other American. We want to be sure that the potential violations of law outlined below are vetted appropriately. 1. Former FBI Director James Comey. On July 5, 2016, Comey made a statement on the investigation of Secretary Hillary Clinton's use of a personal email system, during which he stated, there is evidence that they were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information. He went on to say, although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. Incredibly, this judgment appears to have been made prior to interviewing Secretary Clinton and as many as 17 key witnesses, including Clinton's closest aides. Comey's decision to not seek charges against Clinton's misconduct suggests improper investigative conduct, potentially motivated by a political agenda. Accordingly, we refer James Comey to Dodge for potential violations of 18 U.S.C. 1505 and 1515b. In addition to his handling of the Clinton investigation, Comey engaged in questionable conduct vis-a-vis President Donald Trump, as reported by the New York Times. Director Comey wrote memoranda detailing alleged conversations between himself and President Trump, creating a paper trail for documenting what he perceived as the president's improper efforts to influence a continuing investigation. The article reports that Comey created similar memos, including some that are classified, about every phone call and meeting he had with the president, as detailed in a January 3, 2018, letter to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein from the Hon. Charles E. Grassley, chairman of the Senate Committee on the Judiciary. Committee staff reviewed the memoranda created by former Director Comey in a sensitive compartmented information facility due to the classified nature of the majority of the memos. Of the 7 memos, 4 were marked classified at the secret or confidential levels. At a June 8, 2017, U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence hearing, Comey stated, I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Chairman Grassley's aforementioned letter further notes that Professor Daniel Richman of Columbia Law School was the friend and that Mr. Comey provided him with 4 of the 7 memoranda, encouraging him to detail the memos to the press. In light of the fact that 4 of the 7 memos were classified, it would appear that former Director Comey leaked classified information when sharing these memos with Professor Richman. Accordingly, we refer James Comey to Dodge for potential violations of 18 U.S.C. 641, 18 U.S.C. 793, and 18 U.S.C. 1924. Furthermore, President Trump has raised concerns with former Director Comey misleading Congress under oath on his decision not to charge former Secretary of State. Accordingly, for disguising payments to Fusion GPS on mandatory disclosures to the Federal Election Commission, we refer Hillary Clinton to Dodge for potential violations of 52 U.S.C. 30,121 and 52 U.S.C. 30,101. 3. Former Attorney General Loretta Lynch. With regard to former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, we raise concerns regarding her decision to threaten with reprisal the former FBI informant who tried to come forward in 2016 with insight into the Uranium One deal. Accordingly, we refer Loretta Lynch to DOJ for potential violations of 18 U.S.C. 1505 and 1515b. 4. Former Acting Director of the FBI Andrew McCabe. With regard to former Acting Director of the FBI Andrew McCabe, as reported by the New York Times, Attorney General Jeff Sessions has said that, during the internal Hillary Clinton investigation, Mr. McCabe lacked candor, including under oath, on multiple occasions. The report went on to say, that is a fireable offense, and Mr. Sessions said that career, apolitical employees at the FBI and Justice Department agreed that Mr. McCabe should be fired. Furthermore, the Dodge Office of the Inspector General recently released a February 2018 misconduct report titled A Report of Investigation of Certain Allegations Relating to Former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, confirming 4 instances of McCabe's lack of candor, including 3 instances under oath, as well as the conclusion that McCabe's decision to confirm the existence of the Clinton Foundation investigation through an anonymously sourced quote violated the FBI's and Dodge's media policy and constituted misconduct. Accordingly, we refer Andrew McCabe for potential violations violations of 18 U.S.C. 1001, 18 U.S.C. 1621, and 18 U.S.C. 1505. 5. FBI Agent Peter Strzok and FBI Counsel Lisa Page. With regard to top counterintelligence FBI Agent Peter Strzok and senior FBI lawyer Lisa Page, we raise concerns regarding their interference in the Hillary Clinton investigation regarding her use of a personal email server. As the Wall Street Journal reported on January 22, 2018, following the Justice Department's second release of text exchanges between Strzok and Page, the latest texts show the FBI also eliminated evidence that Mrs. Clinton compromised high-level communications. 15. The report provides the following alarming specifics. Among others, Mr. Strzok texts Ms. Page to tell her that, in fact, senior officials had decided to water down the reference to President Obama to another senior government official. By the time Mr. Comey gave his public statement on July 5, both references to Mr. Obama and to another senior government official had disappeared. Accordingly, we refer Peter Strzok and Lisa Page for potential violations of 18 U.S.C. 1505 and 1515b6. Department of Justice, DOJ, and FBI personnel connected to the compilation of documents on alleged links between Russia and then presidential candidate Donald Trump known as the Steele dossier, including but not limited to former FBI Director James Combs, former Acting Director of the FBI Andrew McCabe, former Acting Attorney General Sally Yates, and former Acting Deputy Attorney General Dana Bone. With regard to the Steele dossier, we raise concerns regarding the presentation of false and/or unverified information to the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court in connection with the former Trump aide Carter Page warrant application to conduct surveillance through the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA, as Rep. Devin Nunes, Chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, states in a March 1, 2018, letter to Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Former and current DOJ and FBI leadership have confirmed to the committee that unverified information from the Steele dossier comprised an essential part of the FISA applications related to Carter Page. Accordingly, we refer to all DOJ and FBI personnel responsible for signing the Carter Page warrant application that contained unverified and/or false information for possible violations of 18 U.S.C. 242 and 18 U.S.C. 1505 and 1515b. Thank you for your attention to these matters. Sincerely, members of Congress Ron DeSantis, Andy Biggs, Dave Bratt, Jeff Duncan, Matt Gaetz, Paul A. Guzzer, DDS, Andy Harris, MD, Jody Isay, Todd Rocketa, Claudia Tenney, Ted S. Yoho, DBM.